This is Steve Robbins. Welcome to the Get It Done Guys, quick and dirty tips to work less and do more. Doing stuff. I just love doing stuff. No, I don't. I really hate doing stuff. In fact, I'd rather be reclining in a velvet divan being carried by my admirers to and fro. Over there, near the cherry tree. Ashley, did you bring the peeled grapes? Be a good minion and feed them to me, shan't you? Yea, say I. Now, with my luck, Ashley would just stand there examining their nails while the grapes sit nearby, unpeeled. Hashtag first world problems. In pursuit of the glorious aspirational life of leisure, in episode 340, we talked about how to delegate your work to minions. And then in episode 386, it was how to get over your very natural fear of delegation. Today, we're going to dive deeper. Minions, you see, are unreliable. As much as you love peeled grapes, you'd rather not share them with your minions, right? I mean, minions can't appreciate them, and besides, you're better than they are. You are the one invited to Davos. They act out. They don't do the tasks you've delegated. At least I'm pretty sure they're acting out. I mean, what other reasons could they have for not getting things done? Well, actually, maybe your specifications were unclear. Or maybe they don't know how to do the thing. Or maybe their dog ate their homework. In fact, upon reflection, there may be many reasons they didn't deliver. So what's a world dominator like yourself gonna do? Ask. Sit down with your minion and ask, what's going on? What support do you need to be able to peel the grapes? Now, of course, in your case, you may want them to do something other than peel grapes. Maybe your minions peel cantaloupes or, watermelons. But we're going to go with grapes for purposes of this podcast. And as they answer, listen carefully for the how-to, the want-to, and the chance-to parts of their response. We talked about those in episode 270 on Joe Yeager's 3 questions that help you set goals. Now, the lack of any one of these 3 is enough to keep them from delivering your peeled grapes. If they don't have the how-to and the want-to and the chance-to, they won't be able to do what you've delegated. How do you diagnose what the problem is? People often say, I'm too busy. Minions are often happy to report when they don't have the chance to do the work. They're busy. There were emergencies. The alarm didn't go off. It wasn't their fault. Or they didn't have a chance because they're missing the tools. Ashley complains that I didn't provide a grape peeler for their use, and they expect that to be an excuse for why they didn't peel the grapes. Ha! They should have just Okay, fine. I should have provided a grape peeler. If the problem is chance to, they need the opportunity. People sometimes will tell you, I don't know how. They may hesitate more to admit that they don't know how to do the work. Some people can say, I don't know how. Others, however, were trained in middle school never to admit that they don't know. And if they said they didn't know, the teacher would make them read the love song of J. Alfred Prufrock in front of the class. They would become a social pariah. The other kids would ridicule them. The other teachers would... Well, let's just say that some things make a big impression when you're young. My therapist and I are working on it. So minions will often admit if they don't know how to do something, but sometimes they won't if they believe that ignorance equals death. So if the problem is a how-to problem, what they're going to need is instruction. And people never say, I don't want to. In business, people never admit that they don't want to do the work. We pretend that we love what we do, even though 64% of the workforce is not actively engaged, according to Gallup. We pretend we love our coworkers, and we put on our cheery face and go to work, grateful for the opportunity to contribute to such an amazing workplace. Yay, us. In reality, if we don't conform to the dictates of our corporate overlords, we will be punished and probably fired. So when someone is asked, why didn't you peel the grapes? You can be sure that if the problem is lack of motivation, they're not going to say that out loud. If the problem is want to, however, the lack of motivation, that's what they need. They need motivation. Fix chance to problems with time and tools, because behind I didn't have the chance to is either a lack of time or a lack of tools. If it's time, review their competing commitments together. Figure out what can be juggled so that they have time to peel your grapes. Also consider the deadline. While I'm sure that you have never, ever given someone an overly optimistic deadline for a delegated task, many other people have. Maybe Ashley just needs more time to peel the grapes. Unlikely, because of course I always set deadlines correctly. Always. Even when I'm a year late getting my manuscript to my publisher, my deadline was correct. It was my publishers that was the problem. If they need tools, get them what they need. That's part of delegating. If you want Ashley peeling grapes, you have to give Ashley a grape peeler. And by you, I mean me. I just don't really want to admit it. Fix your how-to problems with classes. They will happily tell you if they need time or materials. That's chance to. But also notice that their how-to may be told to you outright that they don't know how to do something, or they may be oddly vague in a way that suggests they don't really know the thing but are trying to pretend they do. Ashley could say, I was so psyched to peel grapes, but they somehow kept being cut in half. What were you doing? You ask. I was just using the machete. Yes, I was peeling them, the grapes, with the machete. It sounds like Ashley might not know how to peel grapes, but is afraid to say so. If they don't know how to do the thing, get them taught. YouTube brings the world's knowledge to our fingertips, plus the world's conspiracy theories and the world's entire collection of false information that tells you that delicious party cocktails can be made by dropping 5 Minto candies into a liter bock of Diet Coke. Remember, you heard that on YouTube, not on this podcast. Fix how-to problems by telling your minion to take a course, or connect them with someone senior who can give them the necessary guidance, send them to an in-person class, or give them a project that will develop the skill that they need. Fix want-to problems with what they care about. Remember, Ashley will never tell you if the problem is that they just don't want to peel grapes. For want-to problems, you have to watch your minions' emotional aspects, their facial expressions, their body language. If they seem unexcited about peeling grapes, say, it seems you're not very enthusiastic about grape peeling. This is called labeling. You're just labeling their emotion, and then just wait. They'll squirm a bit, and then they'll suddenly blurt out, grape peeling just doesn't seem very meaningful, especially if I'm not being paid. Now you know you need to help Ashley find meaning in their job, and pay them too. It turns out that working for free or deferred pay hinders motivation. If you're not up to helping them find meaning in payment, it may be time for you and Ashley to part ways. You will have a story of an ungrateful minion who didn't want to work for free. Ashley will have a story of a boss who gave them a thankless job, and at least one of the two of you will in fact be right. Delegation is the ticket to the good life. You spend a little time delegating and get a lot done. When your minion doesn't deliver, ask why. Don't just assume that they need training. Diagnose. Is the problem chance to, how to, or want to? Help your minion fix the problem, and soon you'll be back up and running, like Ashley, who's peeling grapes like a champ for someone else, someone who's willing to pay them. If you know anyone who's looking for a great job peeling grapes, I have an opening, and it comes with its very own grape peeler, and of course, it'll be great exposure. I'm Steve Robbins. Follow Get It Done Guy on Twitter and Facebook. Hey, listeners, we're celebrating 300 million downloads here at Quick and Dirty Tips, and we want to hear from you. Leave me a message at 929-356-4583, which spells, as I'm sure you realize, wax elm glue. Wax elm glue. And let me know why you love the Get It Done Guy. Your recording may be used in future episodes. That's wax elm glue. Looking forward to hearing from you. Work less, do more, and have a great life.